Honorable Isodo, who is lying here today, who I am seconding a motion in paying tribute to her, would be aggrieved. She would be aggrieved by the fear that has replaced confidence in the ballot, to the extent that a presidential candidate, the Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert's house, is surrounded by the military, and the Chief of Defense Forces, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, says he's looking for him to kill him. Honorable Isodo knew that transparency is not a favor. It's a constitutional duty, a foundation of public trust. She therefore would be astounded at how the Electoral Commission kept reading results from a computer without making clear reference as to where and which districts these results are coming from, all of which was intended to keep the people of Uganda in the dark regarding the choices they made about their leaders. Honorable Speaker, in honor of Honorable Stella Isodo, who believed in peaceful democratic contest, this Parliament must demand that the Electoral Commission publish all polling station results on its official website. Without transparency, suspicion grows. Without accountability,
is that amendment we are making?
Participation feels futile.
Are we making that amendment on the prayers?
Yes, because this is my secondment, and it can be accepted or thrown out, but it is my to be. So as I was saying, without transparency, suspicion grows. Without accountability, participation feels futile. When citizens believe their vote does not count, then leaders like the Honorable Stella Isodo, who is lying here, who gave themselves to striving for a better governance, did so in vain. Right, Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, in honor of the Honorable Stella Isodo, this Parliament must demand accountability from government and the Electoral Commission regarding the just concluded electoral exercise which she participated in. Unfortunately, she is departed now. This Parliament passed billions of shillings for the election, but we have been served by a shambolic process that is not worth the money that the taxpayer spent on it. Billions were spent on purchasing biometric voter verification kits, which were fronted as the panacea to the vote rigging which we have. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, billions were spent on purchasing biometric voter verification kits, which were fronted as the panacea to the vote rigging which we have all become accustomed to. These machines failed to function in what some of us think was a deliberate ploy. How could taxpayer money to that magnitude be thrown down the drain? Did we purchase fake machines? Were the machines all right but were deliberately stopped from working by some schemers? All these are questions that ought to be responded to as we send off our honorable colleague. So I second this motion with the solemn hope that Parliament will honor her memory, not merely with words, but with action, by defending democracy and insisting on transparency and restoring dignity to political participation in our country, Uganda. Honorable Isodo was a gentle soul, but very firm on her stance about the kind of country she desired to see as a leader and as a citizen. She desired to see a truly democratic state, a Uganda where the rule of law is respected, where no one is above the law. Honorable Isodo desired a country where the voice of the people is respected through the ballot, where leaders don't seek to occupy office at all costs, regardless of the implications. Honorable Isodo did not get a chance to campaign because she was bedridden throughout the campaign season. But knowing her desire for a functional democracy, she would be pained by what transpired in the run-up to our elections. The brutality occasioned on candidates and their supporters, the denial of certain candidates room to freely campaign, the ill treatment of the media, the killings of people, the tear gas, and much more that tainted the image of our country. Honorable Isodo would even be more saddened by what transpired on 15th January as the country held its presidential and parliamentary elections. She would be bothered by the arrest of leaders and polling agents so that in their absence, presiding officers and polling assistants would critique ballot papers in favor of particular candidates.
Honorable LOP, with due respect, can we stick to the objective of the sitting? On Tuesday, we have a sitting, we can discuss that. Let's first talk about my sister Isodo, and then we shall come and pour out our hearts on the election in the next sitting. For now, let's talk about Stella.
Right, Honorable Speaker, a leader who I led on this side, I knew her aspirations. So I'm talking about somebody that I knew as well. So I ask that I be given room to talk about my colleague.
Yes, not the election. Talk about Stella.
Honorable Speaker, you now probably want to speak on my behalf. I beg to be guided because I'm seconding the motion. And I am speaking about my colleague who I knew, whose heart I knew, whose aspirations I know. So except if somebody wants to speak on my behalf, I ask that I be given room to speak, as long as what I'm saying is not unparliamentary. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable LOP, and I'm saying this with respect. We are paying tribute to a fallen colleague. Let's talk about her legacy. On issues of politics, we will come back and talk about politics in this house.
Honorable Speaker, we a politician who has been part of us. Everybody is going to have a chance to say what they would like to say about her. I am saying what I am saying about her through the lenses that I knew her. I don't know why I am being bad and why I'm being stopped from speaking about my colleague leader. This is the tribute that I'm paying to the honorable colleague who is lying here, who was a member of parliament on the opposition side that I lead, somebody that I knew, whose politics I knew, whose heart and aspirations I knew. Please allow me to pay tribute to my honorable colleague.